everywhere. Okay,
Yeah.
Here's my favorite statistic of the day. In our brains,
Yeah.
what percent of our brain is plastic? Seriously.
Oh, I don't want to know.
0.5%.
Ugh.
1/200th of brains are right now plastic. How is that possible?
Hello, I'm John Jannarone, Editor-in-Chief of Exec Edge. Very happy to be back in Orlando at ICR 2025. I'm here today with the CEO of GROV Collaborative, which trades in the New York Stock Exchange under GROV. His name is Jeff Yurcisin. Jeff, thanks for joining the program.
Thank you for having me here.
So, Jeff, for those who are not familiar with GROV Collaborative, can you tell us a bit about what it's like being an e-retailer and how you created this set of brands in-house and just what the mission is?
I love it. So we are the first plastic neutral retailer. So what that means is we literally measure the amount of plastic in every single product, try to minimize selling that product, and then offset it by pulling it out of the ocean. So our vision is to be the trusted destination, the trusted retailer for the customer who's trying to find products that are good for their family, but also good for the earth.
Makes a lot of sense. You just celebrated a 1-year anniversary. I think it's 15 months or so now. You succeeded 2 other CEOs, and we were just talking in the green room. You got a really, really impressive background, including, I believe, 15 years at Amazon.
Yeah.
Tell us about how that skill set is going to help really raise this company to another level.
Well, I appreciate it. So first, can I just talk a little more about GROV?
Yeah, okay.
So look, in terms of what GROV does and who we are, there is a real critical problem out there, a customer problem, where customers are trying to find the right type of products for their family, but also for the earth. So plastic is a myth. Recycling plastic is a myth. Only 5 to 9% of plastic is recycled. Okay, so this is why we took such a hard stance when it came to plastic. This is what my founder did. Our founder built this company. He raised a lot of money. We went public via SPAC. We are one of those kind of SPAC companies. But I think where we are today, I came in about 15 months ago, and I would say all of my Amazon training just anchored me in what is the customer problem you're solving. And also the Amazon training, you realize Amazon's the Goliath in e-commerce. And investors, I think, are a little timid right now looking at other D2C companies because they're asking themselves, how are you going to compete with Amazon? And the reason I joined GROV, and it's been a little bit over 15 months ago, is I feel like we have a real unique customer problem that we can solve better than anyone, including Amazon. And that problem is for that customer. We call it a conscientious consumer. We think there are 57 million of them in the United States. They buy natural products, environmentally friendly products, and they're just looking they're an intentional shopper who's trying to find the right type of products out there. So what do we sell them? We initially sold them, some of our first innovations were tied to concentrates. It's kind of silly that we buy, whether it's laundry detergent or soap or multi-surface cleaner in large plastic bottles that don't get recycled, and you're basically shipping around water. So we came up with this concept where you sell a durable and a beautiful kind of either spray bottle or soap dispenser that you mix it in with water and soap concentrate, and you have as efficacious of a product that's more affordable, that's better for the environment. And so that was GROV's history. And then when I arrived, we just said, hey, how do we build the best customer experience out there? And we did a few things. We opened up our business. We have a subscription model, but now customers are incented to subscribe. And we also kind of have added selection and moved into categories because customers trust us to curate products even outside of cleaning into human health and wellness.
Makes a lot of sense. Let me just ask you from a consumer perspective.
Yeah.
If I walk into a place, I shop at Whole Foods a lot.
Great.
Whole paycheck, they call it. When I go in there and I'm looking for some of these products in the same categories where you guys live, are those things just full of plastic, basically? I mean, am I not? Because I guess I assume when I go in there that they're choosing relatively, environmentally friendly, partners, right? Or vendors.
I think Whole Foods is actually a great example because they're serving a similar type of customer that we are, but one online and without kind of perishable goods. So I think the customer, what Whole Foods has done, is taken a real stance on organic and natural product. and they're trying to do their best when it comes to minimizing plastic. But the reality is, plastic is everywhere. Okay, here's my favorite statistic of the day. In our brains, what percent of our brain is plastic? Seriously.
Oh, I don't want to know.
0.5%. 1/200th of brains are right now plastic. How is that possible? Because it's all around us. These microplastics are in our water, in blood, in breast milk, in placentas. We're finding it around our arteries, and we're seeing more and more negative health outcomes. So that's where GROV steps in. We are going to help you try to minimize plastic. If you want a non-toxic kind of kitchen, if you want to kind of get plastic out of your bathroom, we are the ones that will help you figure out how to do that and make sure that you're able to shop your values but still get good value.
Great. So Jeff, I'm going to make a little observation here, and then I'm going to ask you to sort of respond to it. It appears to me we've interviewed, a couple hundred companies that went public through a SPAC, as GROV did, and we perceive a lot of them to be in what's known as SPAC jail, and that's because SPACs, became a 4-letter word, and yet your fundamentals look great. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about your revenue, sequential growth expected in Q4. You haven't reported it just yet. Balance sheet's looking terrific. Just tell our viewers how good things actually look fundamentally, which doesn't quite jive with the share price.
I actually think SPAC jail is a good way to consider it. Also, microcap and small cap jail. But here's the reality. The 3 years before I joined, we actually lost about $100 million a year. We were focused on how to get to $1 billion as fast as we could. The market's changed. We had to have a new strategy, and now we're focused on sustainable, profitable growth. So at the beginning of last year, we said we were going to be profitable, and we focused on profitability. We are kind of nailing that. For the last 6 quarters, we've been positive operating cash flow. Then we said we've got to clean up our balance sheet. I feel we had some punitive debt that was on our balance sheet, and I feel like some of these SPAC companies, there's this halo of maybe you're not going to make it. And so we took away that existential risk. We cleaned up our balance sheet, no long-term debt. So we're entering 2025 with a profitable business, no long-term debt, and we just guided towards sequential growth in Q4. I can't share how we did, but we're happy with our Q4 results, and what sequential growth foretells is future year-over-year growth, and that is our focus. So I'm not here to run a microcap company. My leadership team, my board is not. We are here to build a trusted brand at massive scale. But first, we've got to prove that we can be profitable and sustainable at 250 million in revenue.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to end this on a last question, which I think is a really good one. So we were discussing in the green room earlier your compensation structure, and this is something that I love to see. Tell our viewers where the stock needs to go for you to
So right now our stock's at call it $1.50. It fluctuates. I try not to look at it on a daily basis. What we're focused on is in the long term. And in the long term, my performance RSUs, you can look this up, vest at over $3, $5, $7, and even $10. And so I think this is not uncommon. Same with our founder and chairman. He has a similar type of package. So I think what we're focused on is transforming this company, delivering phenomenal value to shareholders, but you do that, especially in a D2C space, by solving a customer problem better than anyone else, having a defensible moat against Amazon, and then executing. And that's where we are. All
right, Jeff, we're going to leave it there. That was just perfect. Jeff, it's been a pleasure to have you. I'm John Jannarone, Editor-in-Chief of Exec Edge, signing off from Orlando, Florida at ICR 2025.